viewers, dilettantes and debutantes. It's 4 in the morning, the end of December. I'm writing you now just to see if you're better. In New York is cold, but I like where I'm living. There's music on Clinton Street all through the evening, and I see that you're building your little house deep in the desert, and you're living for nothing now. I hope you're keeping some kind of record. And Jane came by with a lock of your hair. She swore that you gave it to her on that night as you planned to go clear. Did you ever go clear? And the last time we saw you, looked so much older. Your famous blue raincoat was torn at the shoulder. You'd been to the station to meet every train. You came home without your Lily Marlene, and you treated my woman to a flake of your life. But when she came back, don't you know, she was nobody's wife. But Jane came by with a lock of your hair. She swore that you gave it to her on that night as you planned to go clear. But did you ever go clear? Oh, and what can I tell you, my brother, my killer? What can I possibly say? Oh, I guess that I miss you. I guess I forgive you. I'm glad you stood in my way. And if you ever come by here, oh, for Jane or for me, well, your enemy is sleeping now, and his woman is free. And thanks for the trouble you took from her eyes. I thought it was there for good, so I never tried. Sincerely, Elcon. Hey, thanks a lot, Shawnee. Thanks for checking in. Hope you've all been living the dream. I've had conjunctivitis, so I was walking into a building site, which I call my house, a few days ago, and house is being done up by a young guy who I knew a long time ago, and we've kind of our paths have kind of crossed again in a very mutually beneficial way. So I came in with the sunglasses on, and it was fucking rain because my eyes were killing me, and I had the kind of coffee to keep me sane. And the first thing he said to me was, "You're living the dream." And I says, "Yeah, living the dream, and I can't even see where I'm going." That was a cover version. I'm going to dedicate that to a man called Simon who sent me some Leonard Cohen lyrics out of the blue earlier, and he does that from time to time, and I know what he's talking about, and he knows that I'll know, and it's one of those kind of things. This is an undercover version. Around here, television, it shuts off at 2. Oh, and what's lonely rock and roller do? All the beds are made, and the sheets are clean, and your girlfriend said you were 19, so the styrofoam ice bucket is full with ice. Oh, come up to my motel room, treat me nice, my motel room, treat me nice, my motel room. No, I don't want to stare at these ugly grass mat walls. No, I don't want to make no late night New York calls. Oh, and chronologically, I know you're young, but when you kissed me in the club, man, you bit my tongue in. I'll write a song for you and put it on my next LP. Oh, come up to my motel room, sleep with me, my motel room, sleep with me, my motel room. Oh, and there's a Bible in the dresser drawer now, baby, don't be afraid. And I'll put a sign upon the door, the one to clean up me. Oh, there's lots of soap, there's lots of towels. Never you mind those desk clerk scowls in. Buy your breakfast, they'll think you're my wife. Oh, come up to my motel room, save my life, my motel room, save my life, my motel room. Okay, usually before I do these live sessions, I ask people if they want to hear anything in particular, and people always ask for cover versions, so maybe it's time I get the hint. Now that was by Loudon Wainwright, and it's probably, if I had to pick my top 10 songs of all time, those first two songs would probably make the top 10. And there's a guy I used to sing a lot with and might be joining me tonight for a song, or definitely will be doing a double session with me during the week, called James Russell. And James is a huge Loudon fan, and I'm a huge Loudon fan, but I'm even more so a fan of Rufus, who is his son. And there's a new album next month. So starting with those two, I see Michael is there. Hi Michael, I'm really enjoying your COVID-19 updates. They're extremely illuminating, and it's still a difficult time for everybody, and I don't know, I'm very, very cautious of, I'm very worried, to be honest with you, about this rush back to life that everybody's doing at the moment, and everybody is going down, this kind of idea, we've been locked up and it's time to get back now to consumerism and buying stuff, and this kind of depressing idea that people can't seem to live without pubs and getting sloshed. And I don't know, I think we could be in for a very rude awakening. If you look at the history of the Spanish flu, the second wave was a lot worse than the first one, so this rush to get, people back into jobs and people back to, making money, I don't know, I think we're going to be kind of, in for a shock on all that. Kind of hit me during the week as well how many of my musical influences are from America, or the Americas, and it's a very, very sad week what's happening over there. I think the Trump election and the Boris Johnson election, I think, a lot of artists are very reluctant to get into politics. I'm not. I think anybody who has any kind of a public voice should speak up and speak out against these things. And when you're watching a video of a man being slowly asphyxiated to death, and the person who's doing it is a police officer, I mean, you're living in a time where law and order are non-existent. And then you turn to the president, and the president makes it worse by stoking the fires of hatred and the fires of division. I mean, I can't speak for someone like Donald Trump, of course, but I'd imagine he's used to the business world where you divide and conquer staff in order to rule them and control them, and you create that kind of competitive idea. And I think he's took that into the White House, and I think it's been an absolute disaster. I think the American people have the right to vote for whoever they want to vote for, but I think if you look now at what the end result of 4 years of Trump is basically a situation where you could have a race war. You have 100,000 people dead from the coronavirus in America, and it's going up daily. I mean, the news media seems to have moved on to their phase two, which is